Luke Thomas, Brian Campbell.
Two experienced MMA media pros, albeit two jabronis.
Oh, it is Monday.
Put it up there. Let's go! Jeremy smoking!
No, but I like Nickelback.
Yeah.
Canada, son.
All right.
Candid, combat dissected.
We break it down like a sweet science.
I educate you donkeys.
No holds barred.
The MMA media is going to lose their mind.
An absolutely crazy hardcore
Show. Morning Combat. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. See y'all.
A very familiar face to South Florida, right in the middle of getting things together for year number 1 at Florida Memorial. Coach Tim Ice Harris is kind enough to join us this evening. Coach, thanks so much for taking the time. And I guess you know as well as anybody, starting up a program, not just starting a new staff, but starting a new program is painstaking, tedious. But I know you're up for the challenge.
Oh, definitely. I'd like to thank you, Larry. I appreciate you for having me on tonight. Always excited to be able to spend. Thank you guys, for having me on. I really appreciate the opportunity to be able to, share information and spend time with you guys.
Yeah.
But, starting a new program has been great. It really has been, there's a lot different between just saying, like, talking to a lot of the other coaches that started programs. That's been a good thing for me on this quest and on this type of process has been great for me as well too.
I mean, and you started this from the beginning, laying the groundwork. I know you've been all over the place, Georgia, throughout the entire state of Florida. We saw you up at the state championship games. Talk about what it's been like from day one, because, I mean, you're, like I said, you're not just taking a program and taking over a program. You're starting one. I mean, so everything that you do is going to be groundbreaking and new. Take us through the steps. Where are you at now? I know you have a couple of guys on staff. You're going to probably add some more, probably towards April. Take us to where Florida Memorial University is right now.
At this point now, we continue to do a great job with recruiting. I think that's the biggest part. We did a great job. We feel, bringing the guys in, myself, Coach Hippolyte, and Coach Anderson, our operations of football has been really grounding to taking the program to a point of, number one, marketing it out there, in the community where we can actually run that buzz out there that they can be able to show that we do have a program that's growing, in the right direction and moving our university, to the highest level. But we feel good about our steps in terms of the steps we had to recruit, going out to the different places around South Florida and Palm Beach and Broward, and Tallahassee and Jacksonville and Georgia. We have really spread it, with a limited amount of staff. We really have hit a lot of great spots, and we've been getting a lot of great response from a lot of the coaches and student athletes and parents, all over everywhere that we touch at this point.
So it's been a lot of public relations. I saw you in parades. I've seen you all over the place. Is that where you're at now? You're just trying to get the notoriety of the program out? Because they basically, a lot of the people down here, especially throughout the state of Florida, know Ice Harris and know the football coach Ice Harris. Now you're becoming the other guy. You're becoming the promoter. You're becoming the face of the school. You're going out and selling the program, and because the school's been around for a while, so people who've gone there and gotten a great education from Florida Memorial know very well what the school's all about. Now you're trying to put a program together with an identity, and you've done it well. I mean, like I said, we've seen you out at a lot of places. You're, no matter what, you came to our combine, which was awesome. You've been to a lot of different things. Now you have two coaches, you and Coach Hippolyte. When do you start adding more pieces to this puzzle?
As right now, we have guys who have now been getting their accession letters to be able to start the process. So we're looking forward to that. That's going to be big for us. I also would really like to thank the president, Dr. Hodrick, thank the chairman of the board and the athletic department that really give me a great opportunity to lead a great university like Florida Memorial, from a football standpoint, and really show that the community, that the opportunity that we do have to develop young people, and making so these young men to get an opportunity to come to college and get a degree and be able to play football at a higher level and win championships. And we also want to make sure we serve the community well at the same time of this process. But we've been feeling real good about the direction in terms of where we're headed at, with the program. We are understanding the process of it, and getting the staff together will be big for us, and we can really spread out even more, around the country and definitely in South Florida to continue to be able to move it to the level in terms of the competitive level that we can actually get it to.
No doubt. Coach Tim Ice Harris joining us, head coach at Florida Memorial University. And the one thing, too, Coach, you spent time at the University of Miami. You watched how a college program is run from, top to bottom. How much have you taken away from things like that, those experiences like that? Because they had to be very valuable, because you're looking at a program that you see how everything's run on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, how the recruiting is done, a lot of the, integral parts of a college program. How beneficial was that for you?
Oh, I think that helps me being able to be in the position that to be able to get this job, thanks to Randy Shannon for opening the door for me coming out of high school, to be able to have an opportunity to be in a college setting, being his assistant when I first got into it with him, learning so much about, leading the program and setting the foundation, setting the standards in terms of where you wanted to go at, and making sure you have the all-around, academic plan, all the plans of the weight room, everything that we need. And thanks to Al Golden for being able to, when I go to high school and come back, and he's now taking it to a whole nother level. Being at Miami really educated me to this point to really help me really, really grow and understand where a program from a Power 5 school to be able to be at Florida Memorial. We want to make sure that our kids at Florida Memorial get that type of opportunity and get that type of development and process of understanding like how a Power 5 school is ran, and that's what we're doing at Florida Memorial University. We're making sure that our student athletes will understand that type of process and that type of achievement that they'll have. If you come to Florida Memorial, you're going to be treated first class. You're going to be making sure you have a great experience in terms of understanding about your degree. Number one, we want them to graduate. And that's the main thing. We want 100%. And that's what we're focusing on when we recruit.
And, Coach, also as a father, having Brandon and Tim working at FIU under somebody like Butch Davis, who's been around this game a couple of times, in different capacities as a head coach, as, a coordinator at the NFL level. Talk about that, how important it is for, your sons who've been around the game all their lives, learning from you, to have an opportunity to go on and coach at a Division I school and do a tremendous job.
And I really appreciate, Coach Davis. It was Coach Turner that gave Tim an opportunity, and now Coach Davis coming in and retaining him and bringing Brandon aboard as well, too. I really appreciate Coach Davis and his staff from giving my sons an opportunity to be able to show that they can do the college football coaching experience and understand that type of job and how big and how much it means to them. And I really like to thank, my wife, that really set a big tone for all of us, in our house. And we come home every day. When we do get to the house and get together, we talking football, and she's right in the middle of it with us, making sure that we do things the right way.
Yep.
So we really, really appreciate her for really monitoring us overall to make sure that we continue to stay humble with everything that we're doing and staying blessed with everything that we're doing to develop young people. And I think if we're doing it the right way, God will continue to bless us to give us opportunities to keep growing, every day as college coaches.
Good stuff. Now, you start up your first season will be this coming year in 2020. You'll be playing NAIA. Are you going to be in the conference with St. Thomas University and the rest of the schools as well?
Yes, sir. We're in the Mid-South Conference, football conference that holds all the teams that's, in South Florida area from Lakeland to Lake Wales, all the schools that's in the Anna Maria from the Naples area, and then with Palm Beach, with Kaiser and St. Thomas, we all in. But they all have they have 3 different divisions of that conference that we all will be able to have an opportunity. We can play any non-conference teams also out there as well too, but that depending on how we develop and where we at when we start looking at playing a lot of the different non-conference teams that's out there. But it's been a great quest, and one thing I do like is really appreciate the coaches in the conference because with me coming in as a new coach, everybody has really been positive in terms of communicating with me about making sure that I understand all the logistic things that I need to know about compliance and all the rules that goes on in the NAIA conference. So I really like to appreciate all the other coaches that's in the conference that's been real positive, with us at Florida Memorial to make sure they help our growth as well.
Good stuff. Coach, again, thanks so much for taking the time. We'll catch up with you again towards spring. We'll see what's going on. We'll keep tracking it all the way to the beginning. We're with you all the way. It's going to be all exciting. Again, thanks so much. Happy New Year to you. Thanks so much.
I appreciate it. I want to thank you too, Larry. And I just want to know we'll definitely be starting spring ball on March 9th. That'll be our springtime that we'll get going with spring. And we're just excited about the Super Bowl being in South Florida. We'll have a lot of positive events, on our campus that, to be open, a lot of things, to the public to be able to come out to spend time at our university, deal with some Super Bowl, issues and stuff, events that's going to be really exciting. So we'd like to definitely open that up, to the community as well. Thank you very much, and I appreciate you guys.
All right, man. Take care. We'll talk to you soon. Coach Tim Ice Harris.
Hi, welcome to Metro by T-Mobile.
Hi, my dad is in serious need of an upgrade.
Yeah, my phone's a fossil.
He needs a new phone and a new network stat.
Well, when he switches to Metro, he can get an amazing iPhone 7 with HD Retina display for just $99.99 after ID validation.
Wow, $99.99?
Bye-bye, fossil.
Requires porting of eligible number not currently active on T-Mobile network or active on Metro in past 90 days. With validation of ID. An independent database limit for per account/household. 32 gigabyte model only. See store for details and terms and conditions.